Coming to you every Tuesday night from the San Francisco Bay Area, where the forecast is scooters with a chance of even more scooters, it's ESG Live with Chuck, Paul, and Ramier. Tonight, an exclusive interview with Alex Simon on Scootamerica, his electric scooter trip across the United States, community content, scooter racing news, and more. And now, your host, Chuck Temple!
Oh, sorry about that. Got my computer playing in the other room. Hey, what's up, everybody? Man, happy Tuesday. It's great to see everybody already chatting it up in the live chat. I said hello on there earlier, but it's always nice to see everybody hanging out. So, whether you're coming, live or you're seeing the replay later, which is most of you guys, it's great. It's great to be able to kind of share this time with you, get to the questions, and be able to really promote all the best things about this industry. So tonight, we're one big thing. I just want to say we did hit our 25,000 subscriber mark. So I'm just gonna hit applause there, and that's anyway. Big thank you to everybody that makes that possible. Most of you guys are in the room with me right now. But thank you to everybody that hits that subscribe button. So keep doing that. So let's see here. Mission Electric Scooter Guide is really to help proliferate micromobility around the world, and we do that really through a lot of content with electric scooters. And one of those things is happening tonight. Alex Simon is doing I don't even know how to explain it. He's basically going across the whole United States on electric scooters as a way to promote micromobility. So we're gonna talk to him. He's gonna be on the show. The website is linked in the video description. The Facebook group is, I think, the primary way that you can kind of check in and see what this is all about. But it's gonna be an epic journey. We're gonna go through why he's doing this, how he's gonna do this, and how you can really follow along and potentially help. And he'll be taking your questions as well. So that'll be great. We also have a mini deep dive on the Apollo Air T15.
Ninebot.
Nice. What did I say? Apollo Air?
Yeah.
My goodness.
We've got Apollo on the brain.
We do. So Ninebot T15.
Yeah, Ninebot Air
T15. It's because Apollo, it flies in the air, right? The Apollo, anyway. Okay. Anyway, if you're for social media, definitely check out these links over here. If you're on, YouTube, of course, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified. You won't miss all the fun that we're having. If you're on Instagram, check out those, that's where we post all the new content that comes out. So if you miss it, we also do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and just like little mini updates. It's fun. And then finally on Facebook, that's where the conversation is happening during the rest of the week. So check out the Facebook group. Every day there's something crazy going on over there. So, you've got, Photo Friday, Mod Saturday, Scooter Ride Sunday. We do Commute Thursday and Safety Gear Wednesday or something like that. David does all those things. Yes. All right, so let's kick off the show with Photo Friday. Apollo's in the live chat being like, the Apollo Air is coming. That's why I was talking to them about their scooters that are coming out. And actually, there's the Apollo.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is that right? Okay. Or an unplanned teaser, apparently. So that's cool. All right. So this week we're showcasing our top 5 photos from around the world, and the UAE was holding it down this week as a champion. The United States came in second, with the Philippines and Bulgaria coming in as well. So it's not, it's been this Philippines UAE battle. You guys know about it. Now we're getting some good photos from all other countries, including the U.S. getting recognized, which is great. So honorable mention this week goes out to none other than Wrong Way's Adam Maliki for posting this photo of the King Song S18 in Bulgaria. So I know Adam lives in Poland, but I think Bulgaria is like really close. And that's a beautiful photo. Very nice. Other honorable mention goes out to Marvin Hubia with a night ride of what Marvin calls the Cloud, which is a 08X. This is in the Philippines. It's a little dark, but you can kind of see what's going on. And then the shout out, we're just going to post the pictures of the shout outs because it takes me, I butcher all these words, but I know Dagwood was teaching me how to say mabuhay. I think it's mabuhay.
Nice.
I hope that's right. Dagwood's gonna like call me up and be like, no. Anyway, I hope I got that right. And then finally, honorable mention goes out to you've seen him before, Bro Jay Martinez with the Cabo Wolf Warrior in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Another beautiful photo, and here's the shout out, so you can check out what he wrote about that scooter and all of the riding groups over there. Okay, and then we got a runner-up, which is Andrew Nunta Preda with a VSET 10 Plus. This is from Portland, Oregon, so representing the United States. Very nice. So keep those coming. It looks amazing. Okay, and the winner this week goes out to somebody brand new. I haven't seen this name before because this is going to take, I'm sorry in advance, but Lumas Solugan. This is on an Ultron Ultra, which really looks like a fast motorcycle or something. Like it looks crazy. Anyway, Luma says, thanks, Mr. Voss, for the opportunity. Just flexing my Ultron Ultra at Musafa Park. God bless, long live EKSAD, and all of those other things that he's writing as well. Yeah, and people are saying that the UAE guys are Filipino, and that is, I believe, 100% true. It's actually the Filipinos in the UAE that have these riding groups that are doing the posting. So anyway, just whatever's going on in the Philippines, they're bringing their scooters all over the world. So they're obviously doing a great job of spreading the gospel, as some people like to say, of micromobility. Okay, and then we have a fun one here. The real winner this week was actually, this photo was posted by our own Sir David Vosk, and this is of Melvin. You know him from Voro Motors. Melvin went out to New York for something. He ended up visiting David Vosk, who manages the Facebook group. And so I think this is David's apartment, because it's either that or a sports bar, because it looks, I don't know. Great. That looks like a great place to hang out.
My kids would love that.
I would love that.
David, can you
break that glass and go play basketball?
Yeah.
Get that belt.
Yeah, so there's the other photo up. So anyway, they were watching the Wolf King. I guess the Wolf King premiered during the time that Melvin was out there. Melvin, of course, at Voro Motors sells the Wolf King. So anyway, and David Voss obviously has like a legendary sports collection over there. Yeah, when they open things up, we'll get David to come out, or we'll go out there or something. That looks like an awesome place. All right, so let's go. Let's do a quick commercial break sponsored by our own website, and we'll be right back.
The new and improved Electric Scooter Guide website now includes an updated database which adds water resistance ratings and scooter dimensions, all sortable and filterable, and available in metric and imperial. Updated performance data of over 40 top electric scooters, including range and acceleration. The results of the world's largest electric scooter survey, showing you the top 13 electric scooters as voted by actual riders. Extensive reviews of over 43 electric scooters. The world's largest collection of updated and exclusive coupon codes to save you some cash. A new group ride finder local to your area. Check it out at electric-scooter.guide.
They're hoping that they catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty, 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 dirty.
Dirty. Hey. What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's up, Ramier?
Nothing much. What's up with you, Chuck?
You know, chilling.
Yeah, chilling, feeling good, having a,
Yeah.
you know, it's been a good day for me.
It's been, yeah.
But
Day's
but
been
what,
good.
What about your weekend? How was your weekend?
Great. It was, it was Vienna's birthday.
Oh, shout out
So
Vienna.
shout
Happy
out.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Vienna. Her birthday was Saturday. So, I won't sing on air, but happy birthday to you. We did sing to her over the
okay.
weekend.
That's cool.
We went to, she loves going, she's a snowboarder. I'm a skier. So we went out to go skiing, snowboarding Saturday, snowshoeing on Sunday. And we have a quick clip of a little bit of skiing, I think we have it. Yeah, I made this on my GoPro. We'll just show like a minute of it. But my neighbor, we met up with my neighbor, and he was actually, I've never been filmed before because no one.
That's
no
you
one
in the
keeps up
orange?
to- yeah, no one usually keeps up, but he did. He's great too.
Is he on skis or?
He's on a snowboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fun. It was a really fun day. Let me just
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Going fast.
Yeah. I go for speed runs sometimes just for the heck of it,
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, all right. Hey, we got a super chat. Hold on 1 second. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Mike Suarez is always like.
Shout out Big Mike, man.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Every week he's
Every
in there
week.
giving the stuff, and that's awesome. Very cool. And I also saw, let's see, Voro's in here, RevRise is in here, like a big part of the industry is in here. So thank you guys, everybody, for contributing, watching, and all that kind of stuff. And thank you, Mike, for every week, it's like, man, that's great. Okay. How about you, man? How was your weekend?
I
What
shot
you been up to?
a small project in a park on Saturday, and then me and my son, we just been hanging out, walking for miles, throwing the football around,
Yeah.
teaching them life lessons. And my daughter, we've been doing some stuff too as well.
Life lessons. What kind of lessons, Ramier?
He's getting at that age now. I'm joking.
What age is that?
Nah, he's only 10. I'm only
Okay.
teaching him about working hard.
He's got a few more years before he gets to that age, right?
Yeah. Hopefully 22 more years. But anyway,
We'll see.
Dang it, man. He's probably
How's that new computer
Now
that he
I'm
got?
hot. I'm
Yeah.
hot.
How's that new computer that you guys
It's cool.
built together?
It kind of, Windows operating system is kind of weird. It kind of froze on me. I reached out to you for help, but you were on your vacation, so I don't think you've seen it.
I was
But
trying not to do work on my vacation.
Yeah. But I rebooted it. We got it up and running. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's good. How did you just reboot? You just powered it off or whatever.
I had to.
I saw it
started
later.
from
You got the
scratch.
blue screen of death, right?
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Did you get a real version of Windows, or was it like the version of Windows?
It was real.
Okay.
It was cool. So I just put the thing back in,
Okay.
and then it recovered
All
it
right.
that way.
If
But
it happens again, you let me know.
Gotcha.
I'll have the friends hook you up. Anyway, all right. Let's get to this community
Let's
content
get to
here.
it.
Let's
All
get
right,
to the
community
show here.
content. It's the first of many. So the first one is Scooter Ride Sundays. That's where you share your group rides. We love to see you guys scoot. So keep it coming on Sunday, and that's all managed by David Voss over there on the Facebook. You got it queued up. There we go.
Vosk.
It's intense.
Yeah.
But first up, we have Ronell Marciano posted going 62 miles per hour on a modified Eagle Pro. Check this out. He's in the tunnel. And you can see he got the speedometer up there.
You can see this is modified, but
Paul, how did
Yeah.
he do this?
Yeah, this is, I think it was Wing Mods, I think modded this one, and 62 is kind of a magic number because that's 62.14 miles per hour is 100 kilometers. And so, so that's a pretty big number there. Doesn't count towards the fastest scooters in the world, though, because it's modified. Because we're just looking at production scooters there. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh no, I have to update my data. But it's, great ride. I would love to ride an Eagle Pro that goes 62 miles an hour.
yeah, that's one of your favorite scooters, huh?
It
Eagle
was. It
Pro.
was my very favorite until the Wolf King came along. Yeah.
Yep. It's a dangerous relationship with that Wolf King you have.
Abusive.
Abusive. It is. I was looking for the word. You got it. It's an abusive relationship.
He loves it. He has Stockholm syndrome for the Wolf King. I mean, Go next week.
All right, next. Okay. Eric Wilson posted the Dualtron Thunder, and this is just down the road in Vallejo, California. It's like a little slow-mo action right here. We'll just be quiet and let you watch.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this.
You get some good air there.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Nice. You got the matching gear and the matching backpack.
It looks good.
I like it.
It looks good.
Next, we have Richard. He posted, what is this? Caradon de Oro and
Cagayan.
Cagayan in the Philippines. Let's roll a tape.
Well done. Well done.
It's a group ride through a scenic city and the countryside. Cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, next up, we've got Jan Adriel Magbujos of EKSPH, but this is Italy. It's Italy.
Okay.
It's like a hype video. Let's check this out. Anyway, it's no one riding, but it's you know.
Oh no, let's see.
There you go. So also well done. Okay.
Bunch of scooters.
I think that's Filipino. Read that language? What do you think?
Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm embarrassing myself. Okay,
That's all right. Next video.
we're all friends here.
It's from Bro J Martinez. He posted in his Uni Riders Abu Dhabi UAE group. And then video credit to Alexander and Mr. Mohammed. Nice. Man, I like those.
This is the future, right here. Just people.
Electric unicycles, man.
Just people that if you don't know what electric unicycles, they just look like people are just floating.
It's a great video.
Yeah, this is.
Reminds me a little bit of 2001 Space Odyssey, where they kind of.
Man,
Nice.
this looks so super nice. We have another one.
Do we?
Last
Let's
Last
see.
one. No. Oh, we got June Kamano sharing. Actually, no, this is somebody's 5-year-old starting to live that scooter life.
Scooter life.
It's getting them started young with the scooter life, and yeah, she's going, man. And
Yeah.
she's got the helmet.
Yep,
you
the
know?
helmet, the most important thing.
Yep. She looks pretty
Look
solid.
pretty
on
fearless.
there. Yeah.
Last but not least for Scooter Ride Sundays, we have D.W. Anderson. He shared this photo with his family. 36 degrees, but once we taste the scooter life, we ride.
36. This is Fahrenheit, not
Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
Oh,
'Cause
whoopsies.
It'd be. Well, so many people are, that watch the show are actually Celsius folks.
This is true.
I don't know what 30. I think 36
It's
Celsius
pretty warm.
is quite hot. It's like
Yeah.
100 or something,
Yeah, it's
right?
up there.
90, 100.
90,
But it's
I think.
hot,
Yeah.
right?
Nice family photo. It's always,
It
he
looks
has the whole.
beautiful.
Can you run it back one more time?
It looks beautiful over there.
He got the pack out with electric scooters. Nice.
Yeah, it said, this is my pack of clones. So I don't know if that means the Xiaomi clones.
I mean, probably
Or-
his kids.
Okay. That makes sense.
yeah.
I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. In addition to Scooter Ride Sundays, we have my favorite part of the show, Mod Saturdays. That's where we see your mods, your upgrades, your accessories. And first up, Doreen Jane Kanoa. He posted a heavily modded beefy Fido. Fido. Nice. I like that. The red it pops out. It looks pretty good.
I think there's a bright future for that Fido because everybody that rides it really likes that thing. And if we can just get that dual motor one or just get that Roadrunner.
Yeah.
From I think we're getting the Roadrunner. I know Melvin told me about that one. So we should be getting that. I think soon we'll be able to test that out.
Nice. Can't wait.
Yep. Okay. And then Justin Barr posted, I designed a, quote, foot for the eMove Cruiser kickstand so it's easier to kick with your toe. The electrical tape is temporary until the JB weld cures. So just a little thing.
Careful with your toe.
Makes it a little easier, right?
On the bottom, so there's metal on the concrete still.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Easy. It's a good one.
Last but not least, we have a photo from James Holmes. He posted Ryan thumb wheel accelerator. So it's kind of blurry, but I'm thinking it's somewhat like what's that scooter?
The boosted rev, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, and then we got Scooter Gear Wednesday. We like to promote, wearing your safety gear. So first off, Jabbar Wilson posted this to Mod Saturday, but we love the gear and the deck, so we just wanted to show this. A little Air Jordan going on with the Y-Wheel Pro here. Man, those Y-Wheel folks really, really like modding those scooters. They are good. It is a good-looking scooter.
Yeah. What do we call it? The
Batmobile of scooters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of what it is. Yeah.
Okay, next up we have Vint Rabajo. He posted a photo of Kevlar elbow pads and knee pads with wrist guards.
Yeah.
And his gang. Look at him.
Yeah.
They all.
Nice. You got to wear those things.
Yeah, you got to wear those with that
for
type
sure,
of machine.
For sure. Then we got Simone Go Fresco III posting the O'Neill limited edition. Check this out. Rising Evil black and white downhill helmet with Fox black and white goggles attached with a Sena SMH5 Bluetooth intercom and some delicious breakfast. And I want to know what that is.
Yeah, he told us everything about the helmet, but nothing about
I
the
really
breakfast.
just want to know where he is and what that food is. Anyway, I'm a breakfast person. All the time. Are you?
My wife, she does not like breakfast.
Dude, I can eat breakfast for every meal.
Me too.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
It depends. If I'm going out, pancakes. But if
Okay.
I'm at home, I like waffles.
Okay.
Or biscuits.
Dude, I do eggs Benedict. I get it every time I go out. It's kind of like the pad thai of breakfast food for me.
Okay.
Because it's just how I determine if I like a place or not. How's their hollandaise sauce?
Okay. Last but not least for Safety Gear Wednesday, we have Brandon Reed. He posted this Kali Zuka helmet. Look at he's chill. Is he in a bed or something?
He's pretty chilling. All right.
He's protected in his bed.
Yep. I don't know what's going on there.
All right. So last but not least, for community content, we have Commute Thursdays. So you show your, commute. We post them. It's a bunch of relive videos in this one. So first up, David Machado. And he put, can't wait to ride again with Machado.
Yeah. This is the relive music. Get used to it, because
get used to it.
They need to update their music selection. I mean, I like it. It is, it is cool. Anyway, 30.7 miles in 2.5 hours, 42 miles per hour top speed in New Jersey. Some photos. It's kind of cool how they like mix in photos and where people went and everything. It's pretty nice. All right. Next up, we got Jess Okaya posting this relive video near. And here, we should change. I can change the music. Watch this.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm like a DJ. I just do the mix. It's gonna make someone fall asleep though. Anyway, this is 4 hours 20 minutes. This ride.
Wow.
41 miles.
Looks like they go up a big old hill too. All right. Let's wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Let's put the original music on.
Yeah. Okay.
We have,
no, I'm gonna do another music. Go ahead.
Okay. Next up, Matt Yoakum.
I got one.
He posted. He was riding an Apollo Explorer. He did a battery test.
There it is.
He got 28.5 miles. He's in New York.
Sing it. How many miles did he get, Ramier?
29.3 miles.
In 2 hours.
2 hours.
And we got 28.1 on ours, so
That's right.
there we go.
Just a little bit more did the guy get.
Paul, rap it 28 more.
Hip hop, you don't stop. Rock it to the bang bang boogie, the up jump, the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. Skiddly wee bop, skee bop, Scooby Doo. And guess what? America, we love you. You can rock it, you can roll it. There's so much soul. You can rock it to 101 years old. Okay, let's go.
Wow, Paul.
He
high
went
five.
14 miles per hour.
Yeah, man.
He had his Apollo Explorer.
Wow, we have
Yo,
talent.
I knew that would come in handy someday.
I love it. Okay, where are we here?
Paul, that's the guy.
Shout out to BFJ.
All right.
That one,
Paul
that's the band I learned that with.
That was awesome. Highlight of the show. Paul Gravides posted this photo of an impressive ride near Quezon City, Philippines. All right, we're going with
No, it's not. It's not. It's just a photo. It's just a photo.
Whatever. I'll get my music on later. Okay, cool. Hey, if if you want to post stuff to the Facebook, that's where we get a lot of this content. But also we get it from Paul. But then also, if you want to not have us rip stuff from the internet, you could just like upload it to the Dropbox, which is linked in the video description. So, just put things in there. Not anything, but scooter-related things. Okay.
Man, Paul was like,
Paul was on
let
it.
me grab my wrap out of my bag.
Yeah.
I'm not just here to participate.
That's right.
He said,
This one?
We're here to take part. We're here to take over.
There you go. He's
Man.
taking over. I love it. I love
Next
it.
review, we got to put him freestyling about a scooter.
I love it. Dude.
Just wait till I bust out my saxophone.
Look at the comments here. Paul B. Rabbit. Paul's has the skills. I'm just reading the mixtape baby says Captain One-Eyed Willie. Stevens laughed my ass off.
God. So funny.
Anyway, karaoke sleeper. Oh, goodness sakes. And Walter Bell's asking, is there anything Paul can't do? What is it? What can't you do, Paul?
I can do archery. Actually, I'm pretty decent at archery.
Really?
Can you hit a backflip? That's number. That's
Cannot
my
do a
thing.
backflip.
Dang it.
No.
Okay.
That's the one.
After your hand heals.
After your
We'll
hand
work, we'll
heals,
work on
Yeah.
it.
you
We'll work
master
on
the
it.
backflip.
But I can play
Super Saiyan.
I can play saxophone and
Oh.
and bass a little bit.
We have to get a little ESG band going.
Yeah,
Vienna's
yeah.
learning the piano. I can freestyle on guitar a little bit and
Nice.
whatever.
We do our own
and-
theme song.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We could.
We do like
Somebody said-
The baseball.
that song we were talking about earlier. It's hard out here for a scooter pimp.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Okay, this week especially. Anyway, all right. ESG. Hold on. Where's my song? Okay. All right.
I'm hot now.
All right, ESG updates. So updates from us. So we just published a blog. So we're, only 20 years late, but, better late than never. But we have a blog now, and that's where we post news articles and different things like that. There's actually a lot already on there, and it's actually all pretty darn interesting stuff. So you could check that out. Unveiling, I don't know. I think it's really interesting. If I was into this industry, that's the one place I'd actually go and check it out. So we also have a new article on how to save the world one electric scooter at a time. This was based on a video created by Mark Benson, who has a YouTube channel called Just Imagine. And so you should really check out this video. It's we talked about it a little bit last week, but he's been kind of updating that video and basically saying the average car trip is 4 miles or less. What if we could get on scooters and, use it for that? How would we be able to save the planet? It's pretty cool. Okay. And then finally, and there's an infographic. Do we show it, Richie? You got it probably? We're going to show the infographic because, this is really neat. Just some data, just some data. Okay, and then finally, we updated our eMove Cruiser article, and that has updated media, new insights. There's some fun, moving videos inside of the webpage. However that happens, look at this. It's crazy. So that's fun. Anyway, links for all those things are in the video description. If you
Linkity links.
yes, okay. All
Also,
right.
wait, before you go, hey, if y'all like Paul's rap, give us a thumbs up real quick.
There we go.
Really appreciate that.
That's it. That's
There
it.
we go.
That's
All
it.
right, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to have a quick commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors, and then we're going to get into, we're going to have Alex on. So let's do the commercial break really quick. Oh, there we are. Okay, so we're gonna get Alex on the line here in just a second. But let me just kind of introduce what in the heck is going on. So, please, help me welcome him, Alex Simon. He is he's an interesting guy. I've spent quite a few hours talking to him already on the phone, and just kind of kind of talking about the trip and, what to expect and training. And, it's just so interesting what he is, what he's doing. So he's going on, he's into micromobility. He wants to do something big. We're going to ask him about all this stuff, but just to intro, he's planned a trip on electric scooters across the whole United States. He's going from Boston, Massachusetts to Newport, Oregon. It's going to be 365 or so miles, like super far. He's got to go over 100 miles a day. I mean, the fact that he's embarking on this and he's serious about it it's amazing. So we've gotten him. I think we have him here on the line. Alex, are you there?
Yes, I am. Happy to be here.
Yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing great. It's a pleasure to chat with you and just kind of ask you all the questions that I want to ask. But I also want to say to the audience that's watching right now, if you're live and you hit @ElectricScooterGuide, and you have a question for Alex, then just use that @ElectricScooterGuide in the live chat, and then we will be able to ask him your questions, and he can respond to you. And then real quick, we've got a couple quick super chats. Thank you so much, Carter Nordium of Nordspot. Yeah, Daddy's home.
Carter.
Yep. And then God bless America. Another $2 today and $5 tomorrow if you rap again.
Oh, wow.
So okay. Anyway, so Alex, tell us about the trip, man. What are you doing? Why? And more importantly, why are you doing this?
Well, the trip really was born as a way to honor my father. He was an environmentalist in Brazil, and he spent his life dedicated to the preservation of the environment. And when he passed away in November of last year, just a few months ago, I started thinking about my own legacy. What was I doing to make the world a better place? And frankly, I was disappointed at my answers to myself. And I wanted to do better. I needed to do better. And I wanted to honor him. So that's when the idea for the trip was born.
Okay, so you had the idea to go on a trip. Were you thinking, across a state or maybe a city to start, or maybe just, something a little bit smaller than the whole United States?
No, I wanted to do something big. Of course, I felt like I had a lot of catching up to do when it came to, preservation of the environment and doing something good. And I decided it had to be big. And I wanted to promote PEVs and small electric vehicles, and I didn't want to just cross the state. I wanted to do something really on a big scale, and so I decided to do the whole country. Now, mind you, I didn't even own an electric scooter at that point. It was just I decided I'm going to promote these electric vehicles, and told my family on January 1st, listen up, guys, I'm going across the country on an electric scooter, and that's when it all started happening.
So what, I guess the other question is what got you into, PEVs and micromobility?
Well, as I said, I wasn't much of a even anybody that did much, much for the environment or, I was just a guy living my life. Mm-hmm. And I needed a cause that I was going to pursue. And I liked scooters, but I only had the regular, the Razor, and I had some little fancier ones. You probably have about 6 of those here at home, which I've been riding for over 10 years. And I did ride some of the, the birds and the limes that you find in cities when I traveled. And I was like, man, these things are pretty fun. So I decided, you know what? I like scooters. I think this would be an incredible challenge. And I want to promote a different way of commuting. And as I began this journey, I learned a lot about how much actually scooters can do to relieve traffic, relieve pollution, relieve noise. And they are a legitimate way to replace cars on shorter trips. And I found all kinds of data, including the fact that 50% of all car trips in the United States are of 3 miles or 5 kilometers or less. So I have to believe that a lot of those trips can be replaced by PEVs in general, be it an electric skateboard, an electric scooter, electric unicycle. So that's what the trip is all about, is I want to promote the fact that there is an alternative. Electric scooters aren't just toys. These are legitimate vehicles that are safe, They have a great range. They are fast. They are stable. And if more people replaced a vehicle on shorter trips, or even as a first mile, last mile solution, we could get a lot of cars off the road, which would mean less pollution, less traffic and whatnot.
That's awesome. I think that's I think it's a fantastic way of honoring your father, of doing something great for the world. And I commend you for that. And I know we spoke a little bit about how it feels to ride a scooter, for 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles, and that kind of thing. So I wanted to ask you, how are you preparing for this trip? Like, what scooters are you going to be taking? How are you going to do it? 'Cause it's an ordeal, as everybody out here knows that has a scooter, right? You have a scooter, it goes 20, 30 miles, right? You got to recharge it. How are you going to cross the country?
Well, as I said, I'm a relative newbie in the electric scooter world. So everything was new to me. I had to figure out I didn't know anything about electric scooters really when I decided to undertake this, this trip. So I quickly realized that it's a lot harder to ride them for hours than I originally anticipated. So I now train, I actually go to the gym and I train my lower body, my legs, my back.
Wow.
I've been going on rides. Paul was the one who suggested I go on some long rides. So I have been going every few days on about 4-hour rides. I thankfully have several scooters that I just go out, come back an hour and a half later, put it to charge, hop on another one, go out again. So I take, almost nonstop 3.5, 4-hour rides.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's
Outstanding.
how I'm preparing. But there's muscles in my body, like my forearm from the trigger throttle that I never knew could hurt so much. I'm worried about my back, and yet it's my indicator finger that's hurting, and my forearm that hurts at the end of one of these rides. So it's really been a learning experience.
Yeah. Interesting. So, I guess, how are you going to do this? Are you taking a chase car? Are you going to, how are the, just kind of briefly, how are the logistics going to work? Cause that was what I was the most curious about when I spoke with you before.
Logistically, it's a huge undertaking. Of course, there's the range issue of these scooters. So if I only took one scooter and put it to charge for 3 or 4 hours on a fast charger, I'd be on the road forever. And I want to get this trip, I want to get it done in about 30 days. So I needed several scooters. So logistically, I will have a chase car that's pulling a trailer. That's probably how it's going to work. I will take about, I'm going to say 6 to 8 scooters. And I have been blessed to have great sponsors, scooter sponsors. I will then ride one, have somebody driving behind me, follow me. When it runs out of juice, I'll get another scooter, keep going. But it's anywhere between 80 to 180 miles a day that I will be covering.
What have you done so far in training, as far as what's your max mileage for a day so far?
The mileage, I'm actually more concerned with the hours on the scooter,
okay,
because I can go, faster on a Wolf Warrior, for example, which is one of the scooters that I will have. So I could go quite a bit of miles, but I'm trying to get my body, so I actually, when I do practice rides, I go at a slower pace, but I try to be out there for 4 hours, and I will do some 6 hours coming up. I still have a couple of months actually as of today. The trip starts 2 months from today.
Wow.
To do some more 6-8 hour rides. So I'm actually acclimating my body to do that. But
training, scooter training. Can get your.
I know it's quite the project.
Wow. Are you posting? So feel free. At some point, you should talk about your I know you're getting some sponsors, but also, where can people find you and keep up with you on this trip and see how it's going? And even honestly, I think even your training, I personally, I think that's interesting. For sure.
Yeah, most of the information, the updates are on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/0 to epic, which you guys have been promoting tremendously. Thank you so much to ESG. Facebook.com/0 to epic is where most of the updates are going to be. And of course, let's talk about the scooters. A lot of people ask me, what scooters are you taking? Who are your sponsors? Voro Motors has been super kind. They're awesome, and they have donated 3 Cabo Wolf Warrior 11s for my trip. So I'll be riding those. So Voro has been, Melvin, who was just on your show, amazing guy.
Yeah, that's right. And we have a picture, I think, of you and Melvin, right? At the back of a truck or something.
No, it's actually at his shop. I went to Voro to pick up the scooters and to meet the whole crew over there. He's got a great team of people, and Melvin is a great guy. So I picked up the Wolf Warriors. Apollo Scooters is another sponsor. They are, I just got 2 of the Apollo Explorers. They just sent them to me. So I will have Apollo Explorers, which is such a nice ride. It's so comfortable. I love the wide deck. I really have enjoyed riding it the last couple of days. And they will also be supplying me with a Phantom.
Ooh.
So I will have an Apollo Phantom for the trip, which I will get in a couple weeks, I'm told, and I'm excited about that. And I just got a new sponsor, and this is super exciting. Fluid Freeride has joined as a sponsor of scootamerica. So I will be having Inokim scooters to ride on the trip as well. And they have also contributed financially towards the expenses of the trip. So yeah, it's coming along so nicely. I mean, the sponsors have been so awesome. And one thing I want to say, guys, is when I started this trip, I thought that whoever was going to sponsor the scooters, should somebody come forth and decide to sponsor this crazy adventure, I thought one company was going to be the one that I was going to pick, and they would want to be, exclusive as a sponsor. But that was not the case. All 3 of these companies said, we don't care how many sponsors you have. We're behind the cause. We're behind what you're trying to do and promoting PEVs and scooters. They had no issues working with each other, even though some of them are direct competitors. They really have all come together, and I got to commend them. They have been phenomenal. They have provided me with whatever I need. So just a little lesson for the electric scooter community. Let's work together. And, a rising tide lifts all boats. So let's make this tide rise and spread the word about electric scooters and get more people on them and get some cars off the road.
That's awesome. How can if somebody watches this, I posted this a little bit around some of the micromobility think tank groups and things like that to see if we can get you some extra help. How can somebody help you?
Okay, well, I did create for the community in general a GoFundMe. And although I have a lot of sponsors who I'd like to mention by name here in a second, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, you should. You should, absolutely. That's how this works.
They're helping me with the trip. But there are expenses like the chase vehicle, the trailer. I have meals, I have fuel, I have hotels, motels, campgrounds, wherever I stay. So there's a lot of expenses. It's become an expensive trip, and I'm obviously covering most of those expenses. But there's a GoFundMe. If anybody wants to buy me lunch or dinner, that's all I ask for, just pay for it could be a Happy Meal. I don't care. I'm low maintenance. But if you can, on my Facebook page at, facebook.com Zero to Epic, there is a link to my GoFundMe. Any contribution is appreciated. So that's one way people can help. Also, if anybody wants to join me on the trip, I am open to that. If you want to come, there's a lot of people that have reached out to me, and I will talk about the route here in a second and tell you guys where I'm going. So if you live along the route, which we'll discuss, you're welcome to join me. If you want to come for however long your scooter will ride, ride with me. I'd love some company. There are some people that actually have told me they're coming for several days. So they say, hey, we're going to meet you in Bend, Oregon, and we're going to ride all the way to Newport, which is where it ends. They're going to, they have several scooters, and they have a trailer themselves. So, hey,
that's
the
awesome.
more the merrier. You
Awesome.
You want to come along. And also, I'm looking for drivers. If you want to be a driver of the car, because I have nobody that will be able to do it all 30 days. So I'm looking at you guys, Chuck, Ramier.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come for a few days, join me, just fly into Chicago and we'll go until, we're however far
Well,
you want to go.
Well, I looked at your schedule. I looked at your itinerary that you sent, and I know you're going through Boise, Idaho.
I am.
And so that's a place that I've gone to, part of another trip. They got a great pickleball community there, so I could go early, play some pickleball, maybe ride with you a little bit. It would be great. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to let's see if we can make that work for sure.
And let's talk about a route a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are wondering about that, and I had several routes that I considered, but I ended up settling on historic US 20, okay, which is a very interesting road. It's actually US 20 is the longest road in the United States. It goes from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way to Newport, Oregon. It is exactly 3,365 miles long. It runs, most of it, like 99% of it, is off highways. So it's just an old road. It was created in 1926. It's all small towns, little diners, old hotels, retro buildings. It's super cool. And that way I can just take one road all the way. Like I said, starts in Boston. We go through Cleveland. I go through Chicago, go through the Midwest, Iowa, Nebraska. Go through, Wyoming. I go through Yellowstone National Park, right through the park.
Wow, through the park.
Through Boise, Idaho, and then and in Oregon.
Hey, Alex, I have a good question for you. This is Paul Somerville. Are there any issues with like legality? I know there's like 45 miles of Pennsylvania you have to cross. And I know, I think they're technically not legal there, right?
Yeah, again, this is an adventure that I did not, think through before I decided to do it, but I'll get it done either way. So, I did look at all the laws in all the states.
Yeah.
There's, laws regarding helmets, age, speed limits. So I will follow those as much as I can. If there is a little bit of Pennsylvania that I need to go on some, back roads, even if I have to get off US 20 and hide myself through some back alleys.
You just got to add a little bit of money in that GoFundMe for possible tickets or something.
If anybody wants to contribute to it, or my speeding or not speeding, but my ticket. For,
I think you're gonna be okay. I personally think you're gonna be okay. Most places are in the U.S. at least.
Follow on Facebook and you'll see if I
right?
make it through Pennsylvania.
All right. So we're Alex, we're getting a ton of questions right now from the audience.
Okay.
So do you want to go? Let's make sure we get to your sponsors. I also wanted to ask you, I mean, we can get into. I mean, maybe we should get to the the community questions because I saw a ton come in. But let's talk about what kind of equipment you're wearing. I know people have really stepped up in terms of just helping companies with equipment and gear and things like that.
Yeah, well, safety above all, right? So I am wearing what Competition Motorsport, which is a store that sells racing suits. They provide me with a couple of these awesome Alpine Stars. These are actually go-kart suits because they are abrasion resistant. If they were regular car racing, they would be fire resistant, but these are actually go-karts because people get ejected from those. So this is an abrasion resistant suit. They got me a couple of those. I wear a full face helmet. Not just that, a motorcycle helmet, which Paul is familiar with. I wear a Shoei X14. I wear motorcycle gloves, which are also Alpine Stars, which I've been wearing. I also ride motorcycles, so I ride those. So I am fully covered head to toe. I wear motorcycle boots, which actually are sponsored by Style Martin out of Italy. So they're going to be providing me with some boots. I got the clothes from Competition Motorsport. In addition to that, Armadillos, who's going to keep me from flat tires. So he's hooked me up with a ton of products. So I'll be putting those on my tires so I don't get flats. So I'm covered there. Performance Steel, which is a company out of here in Las Vegas, got me some cash to pay for expenses. So thank you for that. 888 NYC, which is a skateboarding gear, also does helmets and elbow pads and knee pads. They supplied some stuff, not necessarily what I'll be wearing on the trip, but when I go on lower speeds on some of my scooters around town here, I can wear that, but they're also contributing. Quadlock, which does the phone holders, they're probably the premier phone holder company. They supplied some phone holders, so I can.
You can
FaceTime
FaceTime while you're on there. Do some Skype calls.
You know what? How about some Facebook Lives on
I
ESG?
think we should do it. I think that would be so fun. Like on the show, come in live on your scooter. If you have service, let's do it.
I do, and I will have a Senna, Bluetooth in my helmet, so I can communicate with my driver.
Oh, good.
Communicate with you guys, so we can even do Facebook Live on the scooter. How amazing would that
would be great.
And then Tifosi Optics sunglasses. They hooked me up with some sunglasses. So guys, I'm set. And when it comes to product, companies have been awesome. They've been amazing. So thank you to all my sponsors that are making it happen. There will be some more coming. I'm talking to some energy drink companies, energy bars, who want to give me some energy bars so I don't have to take time off eating. They just want me riding. I
think somebody in the live chat, Carter Nordium of Nordbot store, is making some kind of energy drink, or is it a joke? It's not a joke. I think it's for We'll make sure that he hooks.
Please do.
Yeah. Oh, great. Any other questions, Paul? Before we go to the.
No, you guys covered it. I was curious about the gear, but you covered that. That's news to me. I hadn't thought about go-kart suits. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Smart. So, Alex, is it okay? You have a few more minutes to answer some questions that were coming in?
I have all the time you need.
Okay, awesome. So, PEV Riders Club is asking, Alex, where are you going to sleep? The van following you or in hotels? What are you doing?
Well, that depends on how successful my GoFundMe is. I could be sleeping in a tent. Yeah. I could be sleeping in campgrounds or motels, most likely. But that's it. And that's, by the way, people asking about charging the scooters. I will be charging wherever I stop. So there are a lot of people that have contacted me who live along, who already know about my route going along US 20. And they live along US 20 in some of the cities that I plan on stopping overnight. And they have offered for me to stay at their homes.
Wow.
They have offered me to charge the scooters at their homes. So I have been getting a lot of community support, which is awesome.
That is so cool. Okay, next question. Jack Long, what you kind of answered this, so but anyway, he says, what are you doing to get physically fit for the ride?
Yeah, I train. I go to the gym and I work. I do some cardio, but mostly because there's a lot of cardio involved in riding a scooter. But the legs, the legs get really tired because even though you're just standing there, you're in this position and you're kind of holding with your holding the scooter with your legs. So I do train, I do weight training, and that's how I do most of my training, and go out, because nothing beats the experience of riding scooters. And a lot of people don't have enough scooters to do what I do, which is going for 4, 5, 6 hours on on scooters nonstop. So I also do that for training.
Okay. Let's see. Jack Long is also asking, what part of your route are you most looking forward to seeing?
Yellowstone National Park.
Okay.
I love national parks. I have never been to Yellowstone, and I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the one. I just went there last year for a little trip, and it's great. You just got to watch those tires and don't burn them up with the all the geothermal energy that's coming out of the ground there.
You'll find that the rest of the state is really, really empty. I've driven through Yellowstone. I've driven the entire width of the state before, and it's amazing. There's no trees. It's just empty.
I'm actually looking forward to roads like that, Paul.
Yeah.
Because what delays my trip is going through cities. Like when I go through Chicago, when I go through Cleveland, you stop at lights and there's traffic. I prefer the open road, so I'm looking forward to the western part of the country where it's more empty.
And there's also basically no rules for scooters in Wyoming. It's just kind of just do whatever. So there you go. Are you going to do any riding at night, do you think?
I am hoping not to. If I get delayed, and of course I can't control weather, so if there's a thunderstorm that delays me for a day or two, I will try not to ride in the rain if I don't have to. If it's light drizzle, these scooters can handle it, and I will do it. But if I don't have to, I will try not to.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kim Richmond, not a question. She just says, please say hi. I'm helping here in New York. So.
Yes, she is. Thank you,
Okay.
Kim. Looking forward to meeting you because I will be meeting Kim at the beginning of my trip in New York State.
Awesome.
Actually, I just remembered another question. Are you going all road tires for the Wolf Warriors, or do you have one set of
I am.
Wanabe's? Yeah,
No,
good,
I
good.
do have a Wolf Warrior with off-road tires,
Yeah.
but I am exchanging them for road. It's
Good.
all road.
Yeah, I think road's the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Captain One-Eyed Willie is asking, best handle though, by the way, is asking, what's your plan to combat the sun if you ride during the day and fatigue if you do so at night?
Well, fatigue is just training, right? I'll be try to be as physically fit as I can. The sun, I'm fully covered. I have my full face helmet, so I'm covered head to toe. And I'm also going in the spring. So it will be, 60 degrees, 60, 70s, depending on where I am in the country. So I chose the route, not just because it's an easy route in terms of it's just one straight road. I don't have to keep going on and off of the roads, but also because of the weather. It's going to be much more.
It might be really nice.
Much nicer. Yeah, and I'm hoping it will be really nice. So the sun, I don't expect it to be, the heat at least, not much of a factor.
Awesome. Let's see. PEV Riders Club's asking, Alex, are you doing the entire trip standing up, or are you also using seats on the scooters?
When I originally decided to do the trip, I opted to do it standing up. Melvin at Voro Motors offered me the new Roadrunner as one of my scooters. I politely declined.
Oh boy.
I am doing the trip entirely on my feet.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That's it's going to be awesome. Okay. Another comment. This is from Scootopia by Oh Man Dan. Alex Simon, thank you, buddy. You have really awakened our PEV community, and we have all rallied around your national e-venture. So not a question. That's just a comment from Oman Dan, Scootopia. Also a really awesome YouTube channel. Ted Raymundo is asking, and you kind of covered this, but will you be doing any riding at night? And I think you said not if I can help it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, unless I have to and I'm running behind, I'm going to try to avoid riding at night.
Okay. And if you do you have I guess the at least some of those scooters have really massive lights for night riding, and you can get aftermarket stuff if you need it.
Yeah, I am actually already in touch with another potential sponsor that's going to be providing me some awesome lights for my scooters in case I need to ride at night. So I should have that covered by the time the trip comes.
Okay, awesome. And then let's see. Scootopia is asking if you will have an RV in the caravan.
Maybe Scootopia wants to sponsor an RV.
Yeah,
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dan.
I know.
I as of now, for cost reasons, it will be some sort of SUV or a truck pulling one of those U-Haul trailers. And, that's it.
Good way to go. I mean, I saw how much you're trying to raise on the GoFundMe. It's even if you raise the whole amount, it's still going to be, you're not going to be living the lap of luxury at all, because I know how much it costs to do that kind of trip, and it's a lot. It's a lot of days.
Yeah.
Ted Raymundo is asking, will there be a live feed of your trip?
I will try to do it. I can't promise it, but if I can do a live feed, if I can do Facebook Lives, there will not be a live feed of the whole trip. That's just too much for me.
But updates.
But if I can do some live feeds, if some of the Facebook groups you guys can organize it, I will try to be live as much as I can. Answer questions, tell them about how my days went. But I'm open to suggestions of what the community wants to see. What's the best way to follow along? As of yet, I just have my Facebook page where I post everything. But if you guys have any ideas, anybody is, live feed savvy, please reach out. I'm open to talking about it.
Well, I know we talked about, at least doing some update videos that we could then play on our weekly show, similar to, right now. But if you're not available live, you could record something and just, give us the update, maybe, do a little every day, or just something so that we can just keep, following along a little bit with our viewers, and just, making sure you're okay, making sure you're not stranded somewhere, we want you to succeed in this.
I will do a live video, however short or long it is. I promise to let people know I'm okay. Should I be okay? And you guys can upload it, and I'll give a little rundown of what my day was like, because people want to know, and I'll let them know and what my experience is like, good, bad, or indifferent.
Awesome. Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Of course.
Tom is asking, does the route include any turnpikes?
It does not, as far as I'm concerned. It is mostly, two-way highway. It is a very old road. It's actually a combination of several roads that existed. And actually, the first road that's part of US 20 started in like 1620 or something like that. So it's just side roads. And what's happened is a lot of these cities used to be booming because US 20 went through them. But now they've built these highways and super highways running alongside of them. So a lot of these cities lost a lot of business, and they're really quaint and interesting places. So in addition to just using it as my gateway to the other side, I also want to let people know about, the cities that exist there, and, show them, the more prettier side of America that a lot of people don't see, because they just, drive 80 miles, 90 miles an hour, and bypass.
Yeah, definitely one of the huge benefits of your trip is I hope you get a chance. I was going to ask you, like, are you taking a day here and there or half a day to do a little bit of sightseeing, or being able to kind of stop, when you see something cool, are you going to have time for that?
I don't believe so, based on my schedule. And it's, if I ride 29 days straight, averaging between 100 and 180 miles a day, I have to ride every day to finish in 29 days. Now, remember, I need to drive my scooters all the way to Boston myself, ride, scoot across America, and then drive back to Las Vegas. So I'm actually doing cross country twice, once by car and once on a scooter.
So you're going to have all the scooters there. You're in Vegas, right?
I am in Las Vegas, yes, and all the sponsors are shipping their scooters here. I set them up to my liking and my settings, and where I like my finger throttle or thumb throttle or whatever. So they're all exactly alike. All their P settings are the settings that I like.
Good.
So I have them, so every time I get on a scooter, it's nothing new. They're all familiar. I know what they're going to feel like. So I'm driving them all the way to Boston from Las Vegas, which is pretty much cross country.
Yeah, you're going to cross the country like a couple times there. Last couple questions. Kim Richmond is asking, have you asked for thumb throttle? I just mentioned this, but have you asked for thumb throttles to be installed?
I do not. And one thing I do not want to do is actually modify the scooters. I want to ride them the way anybody that bought them would buy them from the supplier. So it's not like, hey, Alex rode a scooter, but it's not the one I would get. So whatever happens to me on the road, however they ride, whatever range they get, whatever speed they get, anybody that buys them will get the same exact thing. So no, I'm not changing them if the scooter comes with it. If the Inokim Ox Super, which is one of the scooters that I will have on the trip, if it has a thumb throttle, then that's how it will be. But the others are no, finger throttle and whatever it takes, however tired my finger gets. Of course, they have cruise control, which is a lifesaver. I've already found out. Oh man, that's amazing. It's going to make my trip a lot more bearable.
Are you at least adjusting the height of the left and right brake and the display unit that has the trigger? Because that's not it's not like modifying the scooter. It's just making it so it's a little more comfortable for your hands.
And I make it all to my settings. I even adjust the brakes. There's a little thing on the side. I don't know if you guys even know, we're just the brakes of the Wolf Warrior. I don't like them too far out. I like them a little closer in, so I adjust that. And people ask me, how do I set up my scooters? And you can't really see it here, but I like the finger throttle right in the front. Like if my hand is like flat like this, I like the finger throttle right in the front, and my brakes are like down. So it's like this, and the finger. It's so much easier on the finger. I recommend anybody don't have it up here the way they come from. From the vendors. And I think Chuck likes that too a little bit, forward. So I have them as comfortable for me as I can get.
Yeah, I just did the range test a couple weeks ago on the Wolf King, and that's what I did. After one lap, I came in. I was like, okay, we're moving this thing down, and we basically adjusted it exactly what you said. So it's like your hand is in one line, right? So you're not having to do this, because this hurts after a while, but this is not so bad.
Yeah. Now I learned that right away when the scooters came, and I had them up there. I went for a little ride. I was like, I can't do this. But they're so easy to adjust, just a little wrench, and you can really make them much more comfortable, if you make them according to your height. And
absolutely. And then I think the last question is from RDP, is asking, how is Alex keeping his fluids up?
Okay, well, I will stop. So even though some of these scooters may get me ranges and I can be on them for, say, an hour and a half, I will stop. I will have drinks. I'll probably have some sort of, of course, I have the vehicle following me with drinks. And I'm very cognizant. I'm an athlete. I'm a triathlete, so I'm very careful about fluid intake and staying hydrated. So I will be, every 30 minutes or so, I'll stop and get a drink and stretch my legs and my hands. And but thanks for the concern. I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. We have to stop the questions after a while because we got to kind of move on with the show, but you're getting, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of interest in this. I think this is awesome. Last thing that I saw was just Scootopia saying that is the capital way to position the throttle. So, like the folks that are experienced here are I think are agreeing with what you're saying, which is good. And we want you to be comfortable. And I think you can, you should know that you can reach out to, us. And I'm sure you have now a lot of support and supporters. So, it's awesome what you're doing. Is there any other questions that we have over here, guys?
No, I think we covered it.
We asked you. We asked you a lot of stuff, and really appreciate it, Alex. Any last things that you want to mention before we let you go?
Few shout outs. First one to my wife, who puts up with all this craziness and will not be able to join me on the whole entire trip. So thank you to her. My kids, Bella, Olivia, and my granddaughter. I'm actually a grandfather, Nellie, who is watching the show. So thank you to my family who supports me with all my crazy ideas, and you guys, ESG, thank you so much. You guys have been phenomenal in promoting this. The whole community, my sponsors, all the people that ask me questions, write me. Thanks so much. I hope you guys follow along. And Ramier, Paul, Chuck, you guys have been amazing. David has been amazing. So thank you for the support, and let's all work together in getting electric scooters all the love they deserve, and get some cars off the road and get more people on scooters. It'll be a better world that way.
That's awesome. Well said, Alex.
Yeah, good luck, Alex.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
Likewise. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, man. Okay, so very cool. That was, he's awesome. I'm looking forward to the trip. It's starting in, just a couple months from now. And it's no small task. Those of you that have ridden, 30, 40 miles straight, I remember the eMove Cruiser range test I did a couple years ago. Boy, it's a great scooter, but still tough. It's still really tough. And that was, besides that, and then you have the logistics stuff. That takes a whole.
Well, it makes sense.
Usually
now,
it needs a team.
It makes sense hearing that he's a triathlete. It's like, and like you're saying, it doesn't sound that physical, but it's physical to really put the miles on like that. So yeah. There's a lot to that is just like, you think, just get some scooters, put it in the U-Haul. That's what we use on our little road trip. That was 10 days. And oh my gosh, it was a nightmare of logistics. And we had 3 people. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is going to be great. I can't wait to see, how this goes and just kind of keep up with him and all that kind of stuff. And see how, just see what happens basically. So let's see here. We're going to talk about, so actually we have the deal of the week coming up right now.
or the deals of the week
It
this
is.
week.
It is the deals of the week. So the deals of the week are basically the scooters that I didn't know about the Aux Super before, just a little bit before this. So we basically got deals for the scooters that he's taking. So basically the Wolf Warrior 11, right, is a fluid Freeride. It is you can save $200 with the coupon code, which is on the screen right there. And then also, I think Paul, right?
Yeah, we got the little QR codes there on the screen, so you can actually, rather than dig around in the description for the link, if you wanted to go check out these deals, you just scan the QR code with your phone, like take a picture of it, and your phone will ask you, hey, do you want to open this in your browser? And boom, there you go.
Yeah, we notice a lot of people watch this on the replay on their TVs and things like that, right? Yeah. I know Vienna probably has it on right now. She, she keeps up to date. Make sure I'm saying the right stuff. But yeah, you could just take a picture with your phone, and like your phone has a little thingy that'll, and then it'll take you and you can check out that deal. Anyway, second deal is the Wolf King, and that is sold by Voro Motors, currently on sale for $29.99. So you can check that one out. And then finally, the Apollo Explorer is the other scooter that he's taking, and that is $100 off right now. I think if you're in the U.S., you get still free sales tax on that. So there's the code, and check that out if you want to check out the scooters that he's riding on his trip. We also, I think we have time to do a mini deep dive, because one of the scooters that we've been working on is not going on this trip. Of course, it's one of the lowest range scooters we've ever tested, and Ramier's gonna get this pulled out right now. And that is the not Apollo Air, but the Segway T15 Air, correct?
Yeah.
T15 Air.
Yeah.
Air T15.
So I spent some time this week riding. It's an interesting little scooter, and then we can I'm gonna go and pop it up here.
Yeah. So this scooter is like the one that it looks so futuristic. So we really wanted to play with it. There you go.
Oh, good. The lights came on even. All right.
And actually, I can see on the screen it's kind of like waving a little bit. It's a solid light, actually. It's solid in the color that you just saw there.
Yeah. And so this is one of the very smallest and lightest scooters that we've ever tested. It comes in, I think, I didn't write that number down, around 23, 25 pounds right in there. And it sells for $5.99 on Amazon, and we have a link that should be in the description here. And it has a distinction of being the shortest range scooter that we've ever tested. And we can go and we'll throw that on the screen here. And let's see if I can, And so it's marked in red at the very bottom there. What this is a plot of range versus price, and you can see generally as dollars go up, range goes up. And so we've plotted, this is like every scooter we've ever tested, and I've marked a couple in green that are exceptionally good, so things that are up high, far away from the line in the upward direction are exceptionally good, and then things that are in the red in the bottom are less range per dollar than their neighbors. And you can see the boosted rev all by itself out there. At a little above the $1,000 mark, and then but the T15 only got 4.2 miles on our trip, but
that's the lowest ever, right?
It is the lowest range of any scooter we've ever tested. What is
the second lowest to that?
Gosh, I forgot.
Well, you don't need to know that,
but it was also on top speed. It was the next thing we pulled up. It goes 12.4 miles per hour, which was interesting because that was exactly the number that they specify as 12.4. It's an odd number because I think it's like some number of kilometers that turns into 12.4. Anyway, you can see I've graphed here top speed per dollar, and the little red dot at the very bottom is the T15 also. And then you can see some of the the excellent things that the King Wolf is up there at the very top, up to 60 miles an hour. It's so high that the label kind of fell off the screen. And so this is kind of a new thing I love to do with whenever I'm checking out new scooters, to just see how they do versus their neighbors and see if they're really outliers.
But one thing it did very well, which was surprising for a little tiny scooter, was it was very, very stable. And so when I was on the range test, I noticed that I could put it in cruise control at top speed and just leave it, and not just like
Both hands on the handlebars,
yes,
though, right?
oh God, yes, both hands on the handlebars forevermore, all the way around. But I could keep it at it's the first scooter I've ever ridden where I could keep it at full speed in cruise control, including city corners, like going around a 90-degry corner in the city. And then next graph kind of the next plot shows this. This is our range test, and it's showing in the circled area there. I was going 12.1 miles per hour, and you can see I'm going flat out, and there's a very small dip, and that's just from the friction of the tires going around the corner, not from letting off the throttle. And that's that corner down there where.
That's
so
where we
anyways,
are.
it's a very stable scooter. They're generally more stable the slower you go, but this one was particularly stable, especially considering it has a 7.5-inch wheel up front and a 6-inch wheel in the back. It's like really, really small. But what does make this scooter special, and it is pretty special, is that it is one of the very, very lightest scooters.
23.5 pounds, says Oh Man Dan.
There we go.
That sounds right.
And here it is on the graph, and it's the 4th lightest scooter in our database. This is including stuff that we've tested and stuff we haven't tested. This is like everything that all the scooters that we are aware of. It is is super, super, super light. And so I guess the big thing with this is if you needed to go, a couple miles, it folds faster than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of has a nice shape to it. It just
Can show it.
You could.
I get it. I'll demo it. I'll
all
do
right.
The,
And so if you were, jumping on to transit, on and off of transit, or going into the dentist's office or something like this, I think this is a scooter that you are and you have to pull pretty hard. It's hard to do it from that angle. Oh, and then it also, the handlebars too are pretty cool the way they fold, but you have to pull it. Handlebars pretty hard.
Wow.
And so we go.
You got to talk on the mic. As far as the scooter, would I ride it?
I'm gonna bring it with me. Here we go. So this is a cool thing. So when you go to fold it, you grab it, and it's the same mechanism that drops the stem. Also,
so it like
folds
collapses
the
and then
bars
it
down,
folds
and so
flat.
these just go away, and then down it goes.
Yeah, I'll put back up there.
Yeah. So for jumping on and off transit, it would
it
be.
also folds just so. I mean, the package when it is folded
Yeah.
is so small, right?
Yeah.
So like this, and you said, how do you fold the top?
Oh, you just have to pull extra hard.
You're doing that with your broken hand.
Probably not with my broken hand.
Yeah. So
anyway.
basically, then it locks in.
And it's got a dolly wheel.
And
at
then
the
you
bottom.
got your here. I'll just put it up here. So there's a dolly wheel. So
Yep.
it's actually, sorry. Let me just. I mean, it's just so streamlined, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's so
Yeah.
many scooters, right, that are a lot of sharp edges and rough edges and everything. This is,
So
kind of see.
So the headline I was thinking about for this one, if we did a review on it, which we'll probably do a web review on this one, was first place for last mile, kind of last for everything else. But it really would be like if I was just going 1 mile from my car to here and back, it's pretty darn easy to carry around and to fold up and put down. So, I wouldn't rule it out. It's kind of a neat little thing.
It's got those nice little swaggy, stem lights.
Yeah.
Nice little swag stem lights.
Looks like it's from the future. I think.
Yeah, but a lot of people only go a mile.
Yeah.
And I think that like I know like on YouTube, right? Like a lot of people want to see the fastest, craziest, maddening scooter ever, right? But for usage, some people are only going a mile.
Yeah.
And they're in the middle of the city and they need to take that. Like I need to go to my dentist's office like once a week, seemingly. That's the one I would take to the dentist office. I'm not taking the Wolf King. I can't get that up the stairs and I can't put it anywhere in the dentist office. But that's life, right? So that's why I always have 2 scooters. This scooter could be a pretty decent one for certain people because it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I keep wanting to check it out because it looks so cool.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great second scooter.
Yeah. And it just,
people.
and I think you're just not going to get as much, pushback if you're bringing it in somewhere, even stuff to get into the, like, when you're setting it on the sea of an Uber, it looks all white, looks like it's not going to tear up the car.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It doesn't have a lot of sharp edges.
Yeah, the sharp edges is one of those things that we really want to we're not there's no stink about it yet, but like I think that in the next year and a half, we hope to start seeing the manufacturers make things more streamlined so they don't catch on your shoe. Like,
especially those kickstands.
the kickstands are tough right now, and I think that as time goes on, user experience wise, we're gonna see more streamlined stuff, and companies like Segway have already done that, right? They're a little bit ahead in that department. Cool. So anyway, all right. Do you guys want to see? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to see a video review. What's up? Why are you laughing, Ramier?
Nah, man. I'm just I mean, if we were doing a video review on it, let me tell you right now, if it's Big Dog approved,
is it Big Dog approved, Ramier?
Man,
is it?
Nah. If I'm going 1 mile, if I'm going 1 mile with that, and then top speed is 12 miles per hour, I'm pretty sure it might go 8 for me.
Yeah.
7. So, I'm better off just speed walking.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look at Paul that scooter. And I'm just like blazing past him. Like, oh, look at that cute scooter. Looks like a vacuum.
It does look like a little vacuum.
It's also one of only 2 scooters that failed our hill test. Not like it was slow up the hill. But
it didn't make it up the hill?
It could not do it. It's a 10% hill.
Shoot.
And it got not even halfway up, and it just
died. And that's with you.
Yeah, that's with me. 160 pounds of me, and it's like, nah, not doing it. And so there you go. But the 4% hill, it actually did fine. Or 4% on our range test, it got up that hill just fine.
And it didn't even did it slow down, or was it?
It
hit that 12 the whole time, or
it wasn't hitting top speed, but it was like it was like 10. It was not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Paul, for the mini deep dive on the scooter. We'll have a written review out, probably real soon. Now that we have the data on it, and then I think we'll all get a chance to write it. Those that want to.
We should do a short review on it. I have an idea actually.
Okay.
A shorty.
A shorty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, let's take a quick commercial break sponsored by U Scooters, and then we'll get into your micromobility news.
News.
And here's your micromobility news.
First up, go ahead, Paul.
All right. Yeah, so the e-scooter championship has released the first details and a video of the electric scooter that they are it's going to be used in their the racing series they're promoting. It's called the e-scooter S1X, and we've got some photos of it it's got a carbon fiber body, and it's apparently designed by the Williams F1 team, and. See, Richie's got it coming up here. It's a strange looking beast here. It's like it's wearing an umbrella. It's kind of odd looking. And it's very low to the ground. It's got suspension. This kind of worries me here. There's no way they're gonna let anything that sharp on a racetrack. And they even said that this is an evolution. This is sort of just a snapshot of kind of where they are
StarCraft 3
in the development. It was and it was originally I know that Ryan was kind of talking with them about doing some things with them. This is not a Ryan based scooter. They end up kind of going in a different direction. And we can see, let's see, this one's got adjustable suspension. It's got a 60 mile an hour top speed, which is, I was going about that fast on the Wolf King, last week. And so it's not, super, super high top speed. They talk about having 6 kilowatts worth of motors on these, weight about 77 pounds, so kind of like, in your pro scooter territory.
Sounds right.
They say 16 horsepower, which I guess is 6 kilowatts, I guess. And then an interesting thing is there was a post from one of the posts from the e-scooter championship folks was saying that part of the design was to have a sub 60 volt scooter.
Yeah.
And that was for safety. And it's, I guess, if you're going to be in there digging around really fast in the middle of a race, they wanted you to, they just wanted it to be lower voltage, which is surprising because they're going to have to push a ton of amps.
Yeah, 6,000, what did they say, 6,000 watts?
6,000 watts.
Yeah.
And so that's, that's 100 amps. So there you go.
Yeah.
And so it's
interesting.
yeah. And so we've got a little video clip here from, this is the video clip that they put out. And this thing's zooming around inside our parking garage.
So you think this is a real, is this video rendered video?
No,
or is this a real scooter?
I think this is a real thing. I think it's a real prototype anyway.
Yeah.
And they may have 3D printed the bodywork and stuck it on there. And then we've got, let's see, we've got some photos of the sort of the development chassis of this, which is, we've got some still shots. And this is a great one. This is a video capture of one of the frames in that video. And I grabbed this frame because it shows how low those handlebars are. Look at his knee and look at the top of the handlebars. You just don't get that.
It's like 2 inches above his knee.
Yeah, you can't get that from all the other photos and all the other stuff in the video. You just can't picture how low these handlebars are. And it's just, I really wonder what the standard riding position is going to be here. If you're going to be kneeling half the time, or
is it a giant? Maybe that's a giant.
I hadn't
like a real tall
thought
person.
Of that possibility, but I don't. I'm thinking they're not going to pick giant riders.
It's either a giant or that's a mini scooter, right? It's going to be one or the other.
Or maybe they're going to get really small riders, and that's just going to race these things. And so
small people racing league.
Yeah, and so we've got the low bar photo there, and then we've got some chassis shots. So these are development chassis. This
is what's under the outer shell, or
probably what's underneath the one that we just saw. But they're supposed to be a carbon fiber frame in the production unit. But this is the sort of when you're making changes rapidly, I think aluminum's got to be a lot easier to work with, and this is the Williams development. You can see the variable length swing arm. See the big slot there where the rear wheel mounts. They do that so they can slide the wheel forward and back and see what wheelbase works better and all this sort of stuff. So there's
so this is legit then.
Real development stuff going on, yeah. And so they're really really working on this thing. So it's kind of cool stuff. And let's see. So they say, and then I've got just a little picture of this is the little quote that I was talking about before. That I was surprised they're going to keep the voltage below 60. So I don't know if that means if they're really keeping it below 60, it means it's not even a 60 volt scooter, because a 60 volt scooter actually charges up to a lot higher
68
than that.
or 67 or whatever. Yeah.
And so and then let's see they describe the races. They're going to have the typical race circuit. They say is going to be 400 meters to 1 kilometer long, which is really strange because normal car racing circuits right now are about 4 to 5 kilometers long, like one lap. And so it's going to be really, really short. They're talking about using circuits that are based on city streets, kind of Grand Prix circuits used to do. And then one of the interesting things is they are trying to recruit professional athletes to do it, not like motor racing,
like LeBron James.
Pretty much. I think they were. My guess is they're trying to get people to. Yeah, actually, LeBron. Maybe that was him on the scooter, and that's why the handlebars.
Because that's why it was down to his knees.
Yeah. But I think it's actually a brilliant idea if they can get some folks who are already famous to come ride these things. Then it'll bring some interest into a brand new sport, and you're not going to get there's nobody really to draw from. Usually you would get a bunch of club racers, people who have been racing as a hobby for a while, and they would graduate into the professional sport. But there's nobody to draw from right now, so they're just hey, let's get some professional athletes. I actually applied
And it's
What did they get back to you?
They've not written back to me, no. And I even lied about my age, and they still haven't written back to me.
Oh, Paul.
I'm not really 40, guys. I'm 50.
Happy 22nd birthday.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a really interesting. I really hope they're successful. So that is a series that is trying to get going, and I really hope they succeed. They clearly got a huge marketing budget, and it looks like a great effort they're putting in. There are some races that are actually happening now,
but not ESG.
But
or ESC.
Not ESC.
Not ESC related,
yeah,
right?
they are not. They haven't. They talk about they're going to do it like later on in 2021. And so, but it feels like, it's time's moving on here. At this point, I'll be very impressed if they're able to pull off a race in the fall of 2021, because there's a big process.
Yeah. Sometimes when I see that much marketing, my BS meter starts to go off. Right. It's like somebody's paying for this, right? But it's not an Indiegogo where it's like a bunch of marketing for a scooter that probably won't exist, and they're just stealing your money, right? Which has happened so many times.
And they've got some really name brand,
they
got
do.
some folks that have been associated with Formula One and all that. And so,
are you pretty confident? Are you what's your confidence level, 0 to 100, that this is going to happen in, what's the over under for 2021?
Gosh, I want to go 60% that they're going to have, they will have a race in 2021.
In 2021.
Yeah, I think one race at the end of 2021 is what I'm guessing.
It'll
be somewhere in Europe, right? It feels like it's the effort, and most of the people are based in Europe, and so I'll be really curious to see how the whole thing unfolds.
What's some real races?
There are some real races going on, and one of them is in Apple Valley. Apple
Apple Valley
Speedway, I think it's called, and it's March 27th.
Go get your Christmas tree there.
And they race electric. The skateboards and just all sorts of PEVs down there, and that's I'm trying to, I don't know, I probably won't make it, but I was kind of hoping my arm would feel better by then. And then of course in the Philippines they're doing a lot of racing over there, and I think the Philippines, just like they're kind of leading the way with the Photo Friday and everything else, they're definitely leading the way on racing. Just all of the legit real scooter racing that we've seen is coming out of the Philippines right now, and so more proud of you guys. We'd love to come out and play. And but
once COVID ends, we go to the Philippines and go in a race. I think it would be so much fun.
Yeah. So anyway, that's racing news. That's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how it develops.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Ramier, you're up.
In other news.
Thank you, Paul. That was great, though. Thank you for all the work you put into that.
Next Monday, Scoot Route is hosting a Woman on Wheels Micromobility Safety Panel celebrating International Women's Day, Monday, March 8th. 9 a.m.
Power to the women. Let's get some women on scooters.
They're on there.
They are on there. And actually, the lady, if you remember Scoot Route, we actually had I forget her name right now.
Yeah.
But the founder of Scoot Route was actually on our show as a guest on our live show when we did the top apps for scooters show. She came on and promoted Scoot Route. So, if we want to promote electric scooters, we're missing 52%, whatever, of the population, because the percentage of women riding compared to men is very, very low. And this is an issue, and I think this is great. And I'll be there.
It's a free event, and the link is in the description.
Yep. Okay. Clean Cars for All launches in the San Francisco Bay Area, giving $7,500 grant for trading in a fossil fuel car that's 15 years older or more. And actually, this is a California program generally, but the Bay Area is doing some extra special stuff. So anyway, if you got an old clunker and you want $7,500 and you want to buy the most kick-ass e-bike, and I don't think it's for scooters yet, but hey, there's progress there.
Okay. Tiny electric car trend in China could spread worldwide.
So
these small cars, nicknamed elderly transport vehicles, about
ETVs. That's what they should call them. ETVs.
I've been laughing so many times on the show.
That's my job, right, Mary? Make you laugh.
There's a phone home joke in there somewhere. The ETV.
Yeah. And they're
I can see the commercial. It's like a grandma. Give me my ETV. Okay.
But we want, anyway.
Anyway, it's cool. It's I mean,
cheap, too.
the articles is this article here we show it on the screen, but it's really long. And you know, we talked about it on this show, and I remember particularly talking to Vienna. Hey, Vienna, like we go 4.5 miles to Bushra to play pickleball, right? And I'm like, would you ever ride a scooter? Because I'll ride a scooter there at night, you know, whatever. But I'm right next to, I'm sandwiched between the cars that could open their door into the lane and these little tiny lanes on Shattuck Boulevard that are, you know, it's just car to car, you know, rush hour. It's just mad. It's a madhouse. And she's like, I would never ride a scooter. And I was like, well, what if there was like an enclosed mini car? And she's like, yeah, maybe actually. And so that Nimbus idea, which is like really expensive, what they're doing in China is this big, non-regulated, underground kind of movement where people are selling these cars for the same prices exactly as what we're buying scooters for. Check this out. $600 to $2,500 is the price of these little tiny cars. Mm-hmm. And, you know, all these trips that we make, 3 miles or less.
Yeah.
You know, some people, the elderly especially, right? Pregnant women, you know, these kinds of people, they're not going to be riding scooters, and they probably shouldn't be.
Or anybody who needs to move children around. I mean, I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old at home, and you know, it'd just be nice to have a way to move them around. And it's an interesting thing, you know, the cars, you know, all the cars that we ride, they're designed for freeway safety, and it's awesome. I mean, they're so safe. Mm-hmm. But I just read an article the other day. The average cost of a car in the U.S. now is over $40,000.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a lot of metal and a lot of material you just don't need to move around inside of a city safely. I mean, it's you can get away with something a lot smaller in the city. So I think that's a great idea. Hope we see more of it.
And cars are going slower, so they can be less, you know, crash resistant. I mean, they still, I'm sure, will be somewhat crash resistant. But like, you know, what are you gonna get hit by someone going 20 miles an hour? You know, it's not as bad as when you're going 80 on the freeway. Yeah. So, and you know, I know these probably can't go in the bike lane, but I think that's a nice little middle ground between, you know, this micromobility of, you know, some people call micromobility body weight or less, and some people say 500 pounds or less, right? There's two different versions of this. And so, you know, it's this kind of middle ground, I think, between car. It's like, you know, it's kind of like when you're trying to change a habit, right? It's sometimes hard to just go cold turkey and quit smoking, right? Mm-hmm. Not that I've had to do that more than once in my life, but you know, if you are quitting smoking, like you get those little nicotine patches, right? And it regulates down your dependency on nicotine and stuff. And so like this might be a way to like reduce our dependency on giant 4,000 pound pieces of metal that you don't need, and start seeing, hey, there's you can start getting smaller and more efficient and stuff like that.
And then having that low price point, that makes it, I mean, it's hard to get people to change, and that's the kind of thing that gets people to change.
I mean, I know this is in China, so like here you probably double or triple that, but still, you know, $1,800 to $7,500, right? That's not, you know, that's, I mean, if you can get them around $1,500, I think that's, I think there's something there for people, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Finally, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg was seen taking a bike share home. So we got a little video of that. We don't really get political on this show at all, but when famous people are seen riding, micromobility devices, that's kind of cool. And it just so happens that he's the transportation secretary, and
he's my buddy's boss's boss.
That's right.
I'm not going to name any names right now.
Paul's buddy's boss. So we're going to get Pete Buttigieg on the show.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Paul's going to make that happen. All right, so very cool. And then let's see, industry news. Ramier.
So E-Move Touring, one of my favorite scooters, is now available in the following colorways: red, black, orange, white, and now it's available in purple. Here you go.
Get one of each.
You guys know the song? Anyway,
the Thanos color going away.
This song needs to start earlier because it like ruins the whole moment for me. But I won't play it. Well, I'll just leave it on a little bit in the background because I think it's a great song. I think it's cool that they're doing.
Wearing purple.
This is what happens when the show runs long.
It does.
It gets weird.
I know.
All your sanity.
Okay. All right. I slow
It's
that
a
down.
good song, though.
It is. It's a
Purple
fun song.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay. We love our Facebook community, and so now it's time for the Facebook giveaway. Sponsored by Shred Lights, which are, they hooked us up, and I think Paul's working with them on some testing and stuff like that of their light.
Use their lights to figure out how much light the scooters don't have.
There we go. Yeah. And actually, I'm charging up my Shred Lights as we speak. I use it every single night, my SL1000 that they generously gave us. This giveaway is for 2 scooter mounts, 2 helmet mounts, 1 backpack mount, and 3 SL200 lights. So this is the light that allows people to see you a lot more, right? They're 200 lumens, so they're not the ones that are gonna like light up the road. That's the SL1000 that I'm digging right now, and we're gonna, I think, do a little more work with. But anyway, they come with like everything you need. Plus, they'll give you. I think they still come with the little stickers, which are pretty awesome. Anyway,
And their website says these have you covered to about 15 miles an hour for seeing forward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see the 200s. Yeah, you can see a bit on the road. And they make them in red, so you can. And so what I do is I actually just put them. I have my helmet over there, but I just mount the little sticky tape with the little Velcro 3M thing, and you just pop them on. You can pop them off, and they actually stay fine. And so I put them on the front and the back just so that like my helmet's kind of lit up. So shipping is also
worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
All right. So thank you, Eric, over at Shred Lights. You're awesome. Thank you for hooking up the community with. Oh, see, there's a little sticker. It just fell out of the box. You get that. All right. And how does this thing work?
So you know how it works. If you don't, here's the rules. Chuck's going to take this die. He's going to roll it. Whatever number it lands on, Richie over there on the computer is going to hit the randomizer, a new fancy looking one, and whoever's on the top on the last row is the winner.
All right. Here we go.
Let me move this.
1, 2, 3.
It's a
It's
one.
It's not a 6. It's a 1.
everyone.
It's a 1. It was a 6.
It's a 1.
But then it kept rolling. We don't do 6s anymore.
We try not to, but it's random. But, it's
Yeah.
1.
It just hasn't happened.
So here we go.
All right, here we
good
go.
luck.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Number 1.
And
Mark Reed. We can see it.
oh, hey, we can see it now. Mark Reed. Hey, we know Mark Reed, dude. He's an OG.
Yeah, we know him.
Mark, congratulations. Let me give you another round of applause.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Mark.
Well done. Thank you, Eric over at Shred Lights. Thank you, Mr. David Voss, for handling all the giveaway stuff, and congratulations. All right, guys. I think we did a good job tonight. Thank you guys for watching. I mean, man, to shout out to Alex Simon for
Alex.
being on the show and doing this huge trip for the community. We'll have him on. Check back in May for that. We'll be back next Tuesday for another amazing live show. We'll be look out on Friday for what that's going to be about.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone. We got 25K subscribers.
Yeah.
So, shout out to, I know Chuck mentioned it earlier in the show.
Yeah, it's a big it's a big deal. It's a big deal for us.
Thank you to the community.
Work hard
You guys
for
are
that.
Great. Guys and gals out there.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
So I throw my paper.